Hello beautiful people, it's so nice to see you all again. Today we will be talking about shifting your mindset slash perspective. So I got my notes here, and then we got our handy dandy tool of the day. What better book to talk about alchemy than The Alchemist? So why is it important to shift your mindset or perspective? Okay, so as an alchemist, it is very important that you're constantly in a abundance mindset or in attraction, because your thoughts create your reality. Whenever discussing mindset and perspective, it's all a discussion about how you view your reality. Your mind is a very powerful tool, and it's so powerful. I remember I saw this on TikTok. I don't remember the creator's name. She said, you are so powerful that if you believe you're not, then you're not. If you believe that you are, you are. So taking that into account, that our minds are very powerful, and what we choose to do with our minds can create our reality. So with that being said, what does it look like to shift your perspective or your mindset, or to operate out of abundance rather than lack? We're gonna take a look at, is this my favorite book? I don't think it's my, it might be, because first of all, the storytelling, like Pablo did his big one, because the way he brought it all back together, I was shook. I had to go back to the beginning and read. I was like, oh, like that was great writing. Anyways, how does this look like? So we're gonna go to page 42, and basically this isn't is it a spoiler? I don't think it's a spoiler, because I feel like you have to read the whole thing to really get the message. But basically, the boy, main character in this story, he is on a mission to pursue his personal legend, and I think this is the first stop. I think this might be his first stop, where he met someone in this new city or new town that he was in, and basically chose to befriend the wrong person, and he robbed him of everything he had. We're gonna read what the story says about this. So basically, he was looking at a sword. His friend had his money. Red flag number one, because why you let this person that you just met carry all your money, literally all your money. And then he gets distracted by this sword, this really nice sword, and by the time he regains his focus, he did the dash on him for real. So all his money is gone. He's in a new country. He doesn't speak the language. Everything gone. He has to make a decision whether he wants to be the victim or not, okay? So all this happened between sunrise and sunset, the boy thought. He was feeling sorry for himself and lamenting the fact that his life could have changed so suddenly and so drastically. He was so ashamed that he wanted to cry. He had never even wept in front of his own sheep, but the marketplace was empty and he was far from home, so he wept. He wept because God was unfair, and because this was the way God repaid those who believed in their dreams. When I had my sheep, I was happy, and I made those around me happy. People saw me coming and welcomed me, he thought. But now I am sad and alone. I'm going to become bitter and distrustful of people because one person betrayed me. I'm going to hate those who have found their treasure because I never found mine. And I'm going to hold on to what little I have because I'm too insignificant to conquer the world. So we heard the first part where he decided that he was going to let this one incident consume him and who he was as a person. But then he offers another perspective of the same situation. He looked around at the empty plaza again, feeling less desperate than before. This wasn't a strange place, it was a new one. After all, what he had always wanted was just that, to know new places. Even if he never got to the pyramids, he had already traveled farther than any shepherd he knew. Oh, if they only knew how different things are just 2 hours by ship where they are, he thought. Although his new world at the moment was just an empty marketplace, he had already seen it when it was teeming with life, and he would never forget it. He remembered the sword. It hurt him a bit to think about it, but he had never seen one like it before, and he mused about these things. He realized that he had to choose between thinking of himself as the poor victim of a thief and as an adventurer in quest of his treasure. I'm an adventurer looking for treasure, he said to himself. Okay, so what do we see within the text? So one side we have someone who decides to basically distrust people, feel sorry for himself for what happened, and wish that he had never embarked on a journey that he started. And on the other side, we have someone that chose to look at the positive side of life, and it's being in a new place, seeing new things that he's never seen before, and basically embarking on a new journey that he never thought he could. So why is this shift in perspective so important? Well, if you read The Alchemist, you knows what happens. Like, he does eventually find his treasure. He embarks on a journey that literally teaches him so many life lessons, and it makes him grow as a person that he could never grow to be in the town that he's from. Why is it important that he made that small decision to shift his perspective? Because if he decided that he was going to be a victim and feel sorry for himself because life happened to him, he would have been miserable. He would have been miserable. He wouldn't have trusted anyone else again. He wouldn't have even stepped further into pursuing his personal legend. He would have stayed stagnant and just decided that, life isn't good to him. God isn't good to him. So why should he even try, And that's something that we can see in our everyday lives. Life happens to everyone. Like, no one is safe. It doesn't matter how good someone's life looks on social media. Life happens to everyone. Sometimes things don't go our way. But are you going to choose to let life happen to you, or are you going to choose to let life happen through you? I just be spitting whenever I turn this camera on. I need to turn this camera on more because I just shook myself. Wait, are you going to let life happen to you, or are you going to let life happen through you? Now, what does that mean? Are we going to take what life throws at us and just say, okay, it is what it is? Or are we going to take what life throws at us, reimagine it and spit out what we want to see? Because at the end of the day, we are the creators of our realities. If you want something, make it happen. No matter how many curveballs you get thrown, take that ball and throw it back, okay? How do we apply this in our everyday lives? So something as simple as, let me use my personal experience, okay? Because before I turned on this camera, like today started off well. I woke up, did some breath work, some meditation. I was like, okay, cool, we cooling. And then I decided to re-download TikTok because I had to send my friend something. I told her I would send her something. Respectfully, y'all are menaces on that app, respectfully. It's just like, it's obvious that no one is happy with their life and they just project it onto other people. Like, every time, you always go in the comments and it's always a shit show. Like, are y'all happy about anything? Does anything in your life bring you joy? Like, I just let a lot of that stuff get to me, and it just made me feel so hopeless about the world. Because it's just like, there's no way these are the people that we're supposed to be connected to and rely on and be in harmony and in community with. Like, I don't know. I don't really like y'all. I really had to choose myself. Like, okay, am I going to choose to wallow in this pity, in this sadness that is basically the world? Not really, because it's not an accurate representation. Or am I gonna choose, first of all, I had to delete that app again. What? It's not on your phone, honey. Stop re-downloading it, okay? yeah, I was like, okay, it's either I'm gonna choose to wallow in the sadness that is the world, or I'm going to cry. I went and cried. I took a shower, I cried, I made some food, I made me a little lemon drop, and I went for a walk. And you know what I experienced on that walk? The world, life, nature, beauty. And it really reminded me that there is really more out here than what we see and what we choose to see. And I hadn't been like on a walk in a minute. Like, I don't know why, but once I got up and went on that walk, I'm like, wait, like maybe life is beautiful and we do have a chance and we can see the beauty in things. It's only if you choose to. So how can we apply this to our lives? Negative automatic thoughts is what we call them. I mean, I don't know. That's just, it's in my head. I don't know if I came up with that, but I don't think I came up with that. Negative automatic thoughts, gnats, N-A-T, gnats. Whenever you get a gnat, what do you tell that gnat? You be like, get gnat, shoo gnat, gnat. Like, you recognize it, tell it to get the on. I'm gonna try to stop cussing in my videos because I want to be monetized. So I need to stop cussing because I don't think YouTube mess with the cussing. I don't know. But you tell the gnat to get the heck on, and you reintroduce, I think I talked about this in one of my previous videos, but you reintroduce a positive thought, another perspective. This has happened to me before. I remember me and my uncle, we were in London. He had just like got some money out of the ATM, and literally we didn't even make it down the street before he realized that the money was missing. He might have dropped it or something, or maybe someone pickpocketed him. I don't know how, because he been living there for a while. So like, you know, he be on his guard, his defenses or whatnot. But yeah, we got to our restaurant that we were eating at. He realized the money was gone. Well, he realized before then, but yeah, we could have chose to wallow in the fact that the money was gone and that, you know, we didn't have it anymore. But I said to him, you know, maybe someone needed that money more than you. And he was like, you know, you're right. Like, I think God really redirected that money to the person who needed it most. And we ate, we paid for our food, and we left. And it wasn't something that he held on to, like wallowed in, because he could have been upset that he lost, I think it was like 100 euros. It was 100 euros is a lot of money. I'm not going to lie for anyone, but he chose to I always say, you know, but he chose to see things in a positive light rather than wallowing in the bitter fact that he was now out of 100 euros. Instead, he chose to see things as someone needed that money more than he needed it. That's why he doesn't have it anymore. And I think it also ties back into the things that we can and can't control. So I'm a very laid back person, and that, I'm not gonna say it scares some people, but it worries them, because it's just like, how you so laid back, like da da da. I used to have anxiety, bad anxiety, like really bad anxiety. So for me to be where I'm at now is truly a miracle. You recognize what you can and can't control, because look, if you can control something, okay, do what you can, whatever that is, what you can, do it. If you can't control it, let it go. It's just like, I feel like there's no room for stress or worry, because if you can do something about it, you will, and to whatever extent that you can, and let it go. If you can't do anything about it, okay, go about your day and let it go. Where's the stress part? Like, there's no need to stress about, there's no need to stress. Like, if you can do something, you will. If you can't, you can't. Where does the stress fit in? It doesn't. I feel like that's another aspect of it, is just, you know, whenever we wallow in things that happen to us that we couldn't control, it causes negative emotions to harbor in the body and in the mind. Like, if you feel like, okay, let's say you get, I don't know why I keep saying like instances of getting robbed, but y'all, I'm in Europe right now. If you know, you know. Let's say you get robbed or something. You can either choose to wallow in that one moment out of your whole life. I mean, of course it's hard to see the positive, because it's just like, damn, somebody just juked my shit. Like, how am I supposed to be happy right now? But you can't control what they did. It happened. Now, it's either your choice to stay stagnant, wallow in it, and let that one moment of your whole life affect the rest of your life, or you move on. You move on and you continue to see good in things, because you are a good being and you deserve good things. And whatever you want will make its way to you, no matter how many obstacles come with it. The choice is yours, though. It's up to you whether or not you want to make that change for yourself and see that change reflected in your life. I guarantee you, once you do, it will be. Once you decide that you have a good life, you have a good life. You have a great life. You have a wonderful life. Once you decide that your life is not great, then your life is not going to be great. It's the power of the subconscious mind that we don't realize. It's always listening to our thoughts and what we believe to be true. You're so powerful that if you believe that you're not powerful, you are not powerful. You are so powerful that what you believe is true just because you believe it. What you believe to be true is true, and your body and your mind listens to that. Make your choice. What do you believe is true? Do you have a shitty life, or do you have a beautiful, wonderful life that only keeps getting better as time goes on? The choice is up to you. I hope you all really got something from this video and enjoyed it. I hope that you can start to implement these little changes into your life and truly build the life that you want to see for yourself, because we all are capable of building wonderful, healthy lives for ourselves, full of love, full of joy, and that we all want to wake up to every day. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope y'all enjoyed, and until we meet again, love and peace to you all. Bye.